Oh!
Do you need help? I look up to see a hand reaching towards me. A hand connected to the body of the hero I saw in a magazine not 30 minutes prior. Binary star? This game contains content and themes that some may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. If what's going on here is going on here, I'm very okay with that. I put the groceries away and collapse on my bed. It was only around 4 p.m., but it felt like it was such a long day already. I can't help but to drift away into a short nap. I'm awakened with a start. A light draft makes me shiver. I see that the window's cracked open. Oh no! How do I keep forgetting to close this? I shut it once again. I sigh, looking up at the clock. Only 10 more minutes before work ends. It was almost 5 p.m. The usual crowd had completely died off at this point. 8 more minutes. Excuse me, hello. I look up. Why does someone always appear literally right before the end of my shift? I groan internally. Hi, what can I get you today? Yeah, sorry. The customer gives a short, incredulous laugh. Do you not recognize me? I'm sorry? I don't understand. The hero of fire, Blaze, is right in front of you. And you don't recognize him? I blink, unsure of what to say. Oh, of course. You're playing cool and mysterious to get me all interested in you, right? He brushes his hair with his hand, giving a laugh. Well, don't worry, sweetheart. I'm already there. Don't you wink at me, sir. He points a finger between myself and him, winking at me. Same page. Okay. So do you want coffee or what? The man waves a hand dismissively. We'll get to that in the moment. But first, does a blonde, tired-looking man come in here often? I give a confused look. There are a lot of tired people that come in here, as this is a place for coffee. It's a cafe. He has hair about to here. The man waves his hand around his neckline, and his eyes are really dead, like a 1,000-yard stare most of the time. Are you talking about Ray? Yeah, wow, first name basis, huh? Lucky guy. I glance at the clock. I should have been off of work 5 minutes ago at this point. Listen here, dude, I don't care if you're the president or if you're a superhero. I gotta get home and watch my cartoons. I attempt to speed things up. So, no coffee then? I don't blame you for going for all that, but... He smiles. I feel like I could give you better. At this point, I am utterly confused. I am utterly confused. Explain yourself, sir. Look, sir, I don't even know your name. Blaze. I mean your real name. It's Luke. Nice to meet you. So, as I was saying, I'm parked out front. It's the convertible. He points to a flashy red car sitting diagonally across 2 disabled parking spots. Sir, you are horrible. You are not a good person. How about we get out of here? Just us. He winks, and I smile harder to keep my face from cringing. This guy is really laying it on thick. Not to sound too full of myself, but you'd be lucky to be with a guy like me. Not sure if you noticed, but I am a hero. He starts to look upset, most likely due to his passes not being received with the enthusiasm that he expected. I need to clock out, so do you want to order anything? The man sucks his teeth, leaning up against the counter. Look, you seem a bit dense, so I'll spell it out for you. Luke leans in, his cologne enveloping me. This may be hard to believe, but I'm the hero, Blaze. And I'm at work and I would like to leave. Blaze! Yes, you mentioned that a few times now, Blaze. I could feel the customer service politeness leaving my body. That's a good one. Leaves my body like mist. He gives a leering smile. Now, don't start freaking out when I say this. I don't want the whole world to know I'm here. But let's just say I'm interested. I blink, unable to stop the words from spilling from my mouth. Just point a finger like, you listen here, you whippersnapper. No, it's probably not a good idea. I'm assuming he has fire powers to tell someone to fluff off. Although saying I'm not interested probably won't do much either. But, well, Blaze, I'm not interested. Whatever you're trying to do, I'm not interested. Luke, I'm just trying to work my job. I have to clock out as of... I glance at the clock. 10 minutes ago. Okay, so go clock out and we can head out together. That's not happening. Sorry, you don't want to leave with me? Oh, don't worry, darling. I'll take you to dinner first. Stop! He eyes me up and down. You look starving. The fluff? Absolutely not. Luke looks visibly irritated. Fine. You just lost the chance that every civilian wants. I was gonna light your life on fire. Have fun with your golden boy. The hero from the stars? Yeah, right. Ask Ray how he got his abilities. Luke grins a smile full of malice. Luke, I get the feeling that you're not gonna be alive for very much longer. Hope you know what you're getting yourself into, Espoir. He gives a cold laugh. That guy is no hero. Luke angrily takes his leave, muttering some words under his breath on his way out. I sigh, exhausted. Wow, the fluff was that about? I look over my shoulder at Hal's, who's appeared behind me with a croissant in hand. Honestly, I have no idea. He said he was a hero and accused that new regular Ray of some ridiculous stuff. What kind of stuff? Of him being a hero or something? Which one? The star one? Binary star? Yeah. Weird. That guy seemed like a total phallic object. Maybe he was hopped up on some new designer drug or something. Unfortunately, I got the vibe that it was just his default personality. He was really laying it on you, though. Good thing Miles wasn't around. He would have flipped out. Probably would have scared Blaze away with his enthusiasm. Yeah, get Miles on him. Dang, Miles could have saved the day. Could you imagine Miles cornering Blaze to show him hundreds of pictures of his collectibles? That hero would be so creeped out. Who knows? He seems self-obsessed enough to probably enjoy it. I'm sure he has his own collection, too. I could totally see that. I know. We should implement a no weirdos policy. Pretty. Haley leans up against the counter next to me. They laugh. It's a refreshing sound, like bells in the summer. Yeah, but then Miles wouldn't be allowed to work. Hey, I heard that. Haley and I chuckle at the far-off sound of Miles's voice. You're allowed to turn away customers, you know. I tried. They give me a reassuring pat on the shoulder. Just call me next time. I'll kick his butt out of here. I gasp in a fake shock. To a hero? Isn't that like a crime or something? Haley smiles deviously. Maybe I'll key his car for good measure. They say 2 crimes are better than 1. Wow, Hales, loving the determination. If only that was reflected in your management style. We laugh a bit between the two of us. I've only known Hals for around 3 months now, but we've become so close. They always know the right thing to say to cheer me up. Anyways, I should probably head out. I'm like 20 minutes above schedule. Hey, before you go... Haley bites their lip, debating. After a couple of seconds pass, they speak up. That guy, you said his name was Ray. Yeah, I actually ran into him the other day and he helped me carry my groceries home. Well, look, I kinda get a bad feeling from that guy. Uh-oh. What about him? Hal rubs their neck, looking away. It's, I guess, a feeling? Like, kinda a bad one. Something doesn't feel genuine with him. Okay. Well, thanks for letting me know. Maybe just keep an eye out for anything that's off. Oh, I've noticed several things. I haven't seen anything weird yet. Eep! What's weird? Ah! I feel like I almost had a heart attack. Ray somehow walked up even without me noticing. Oh, nothing weird. We just had some, coffee lids go missing recently. Is that right? Ray stares directly at Haley, who levels a glare right back at him. He shoots me a quick smile. Sorry, I don't think I've met your friend yet. Oh, this is Haley. She's the boss. She's my boss. Without her, I don't have a job, Ray. Oh, coworker? Friend. Haley cuts in quickly. Sorry for interrupting the conversation. I'm just looking to get the usual before heading to work. It's almost 5 p.m. and you're just starting work for the day? Yeah, that's strange. What do you do for work? Law enforcement. Ray responds without missing a beat. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Unless I'm gonna get swerved. It's pretty obvious, Ray. A tense silence falls between the three of us. I don't quite understand what's going on, but I feel uncomfortable. Haley, what do you do for work? What do you mean? I'm obviously at work right now. This is your only job? Last time I checked, yeah. Sorry. You just look so familiar. I just can't put my finger on it. Alright, obviously. It's obvious at this point, but... Haley, you've been kinda sus as well. We're all sus. We're all Spider-Man pointing at each other. Are you secretly a hero? Are you secretly a villain? Because I am. Wait. Nobody heard that. I'm totally not a supervillain with a cool name. Haley looked genuinely annoyed. I could see them bite their cheek, probably to keep themselves from saying anything too unprofessional. You must be thinking of someone else. Haley strains out. Ray smiles, but there was no friendliness to it. Maybe you're right. Haley smiles back with an equal amount of spite. You know, we had a celebrity visit. You just missed it. He was a hero too. This place is quite popular lately. Ray's face falls into a frown. Haley looks at me for a second. I can't imagine why. It's not like we have some kind of hero discount or something. I wonder if that would be a thing if heroes were real. Ray's lips pull tight and he narrows his eyes. Is that right? Haley picks at their nails, seemingly uninterested. Yeah, what was his name again? Flame? Blade? Blaze. Ray mumbles under his breath. Right, that was it. He suddenly looks at me and gives a smile. Looks like I overstayed my welcome. I should probably head to work before my new phone blows up. Your new phone? What happened to the other one? Did it get blasted by eye lasers? Coincidentally? Ray glances at Haley. Thanks. I'm gonna give him a coffee. Here's some coffee before you go. Ray already begins to leave. I should grab him some coffee before he goes. Oh, Ray! I jog past Haley in a rush and grab onto his sleeve. He turns to me, looking a bit surprised. Yeah? I smile at him. Wait, for one more second. I jog off to the coffee, grabbing him a fresh cup of black coffee. I hope work goes by quickly for you. I hand him the cup. Ray smiles softly. Thanks, Star. He reaches his hand out as if he wanted to touch my head, but then he pauses and pulls back. I'll catch you around. Come back soon. Of course. He gives a little wink before turning and heading out. Haley gives me a long look from beside the coffee bar counter. Is there something wrong? Haley opens their mouth, about to say something, but settles on a shake of the head. Nah. Haley, sensing my skepticism, gives a reassuring smile. Oh, did I tell you? Remember that action figure that Miles was trying to get? The $8,000 one? Yeah, so apparently he went and cried for money from each of his friends, but was still $20 short. Long story short, guess who shares the same shoe size as Miles? Oh. Haley gives a triumphant look, placing one of their long legs forward. Sitting on their feet were a used, like new pair of lay-in sneakers. You took his kicks. Worth every penny. Can you believe Miles and I are the exact same shoe size? Didn't Miles come in wearing those shoes today? Where are your shoes? Is he in heels? Is Miles? Miles can rock a black-heeled boot. I think it's giving him more confidence. A loud crash can be heard from the storage room. He's still getting used to the hang of it, though. After chatting with Haley for a bit longer, I finally take my leave and head home. The next day, I get to work at 9 a.m. for a later shift. After clocking in, I start restocking some pastries. No, dude, I'm telling you, Blaze is going rogue or something. Why else would Binary do that? Uh-oh. Luke, I get the feeling that you're not going to be alive for very much longer. Blaze totally is going full anti-hero. Haley groans as they approach with Miles in tow as he chats their ear off. Miles, for the last time, anti-heroes don't exist. They could, though. No, they can't. It's illegal to be doing any hero activities without proper government approval. And that is especially so for some rogue anti-hero type of activities. Miles turns to me next. Okay, Espoir, listen to this. Espoir doesn't want to listen, Miles. What's going on? Looks like Espoir does want to listen. Miles smirks smugly at Haley, who just rolls their eyes at him. You didn't see the news? Or, go on any social media yesterday or today? No, not really. I accidentally slept in and was in a rush this morning. I practically ran here. Dude, you got to check this out. Miles is already tapping on his phone. He suddenly turns the screen towards me, and I look closely. At first, it's kind of hard to understand what's going on. But on closer inspection, it seems as if a hero is throwing another hero off of a building. Is it a joke? I don't really get it. Miles fast-forwards the video a bit. Okay, look, there's a close-up here. Oh. By golly, I wonder why Binary Star would do that to Blaze. Why ever would he do that? The video shows two heroes talking, and suddenly one tries to kick the other. The hero, who was on the receiving end of the kick, grabs the other hero by the ankle and holds them over the ledge of the tall building. Oh. The hero lets go, but the other hero stays suspended in the air. They continue to converse. How are they floating like that? One of Binary's abilities is telekinesis. You didn't know that? No? But that seems like something I'm gonna have to take note of in the future. Miles scoffs as if it's the most obvious thing in the world. Of course he has telekinesis, of course. Ugh. After a minute or so, the heroes seem to be finished talking. Binary Star turns and starts to walk away, and the other hero plummets towards the ground. Ooh. Miles shuts off the video. Oh my god. Don't worry too much. That guy's fine. Is he? Yeah, and get this. Before Binary grabbed his leg, Blaze said, "What are you gonna do, stop me?" And then Binary grabbed him and just dropped him off the side of the fluffing building. So bad, Apple Man. That was the only audio that was caught? Yep, citizens are going crazy trying to figure out what it was all about. Binary Star is squeaky clean. He's never done anything like this. So it has to be something about Blaze going rogue. Why else would Binary Star do that to Blaze, a hero that was previously his sidekick for 3 years? I doubt that going rogue thing. I think the more squeaky clean a hero seems, the more skeletons they're probably hiding in their closet. Don't be so envious, Hal. It looks bad on you. Miles. Miles just laughs, despite Hal's potent glare. What do you think, Espoir? Don't make me choose. To be honest, I don't care. I don't really care. Don't make me no never mind. It's not like I'm going to ever be face to face with Binary Star. To be honest, I just can't be bothered to care that much. Heroes can do whatever they want. It's not like any of us can influence that, skeletons or not. If Blaze does go rogue, anti-hero, or whatever, the government will definitely crack down on it. So I guess this doesn't really pertain to me in any way. I'm just one civilian, so I don't care much. You're wrong, Espoir. It does pertain to you. You might not think that heroes affect you, but that's wrong. They affect all of us, whether we like it or not. I opened my mouth to retort, but I can't find a proper response. Haley had a point. No matter where you look, posters of heroes are around, watching. People strive and work within this binary of good and evil that has been permeated by the concept of heroes and villains. Heroes are so ingrained in our society at this point, I don't think any of us can even imagine a world without them, even if we want to. I don't see how the whole heroes thing affects me personally, but I can understand what you mean. I guess I mean to say that I just wish it didn't pertain to me. Yeah, same. You just gotta watch out for yourself, first and foremost. I chuckle. I know how. I think better than anyone. Haley quirks an eyebrow. Before they can talk, I cut them off. Don't worry about it. I laugh awkwardly, changing the subject. So I think we're running low on straws again. Good, save the turtles, baby. They're made of cardboard, Miles. Oh, then save the trees, bae. I've had enough of you people. Haley jokingly exclaims, walking off towards the back door. I glance up at the clock. It's about time for Hal's smoke break, so I can't say I'm surprised they took this opportunity to ditch us. Killing your lungs! I shout to Haley's retreating form. We're all dying anyways! Haley waves their cigarette of choice, disappearing into the back. A couple of hours drift by. The sound of clanking mugs and patrons quietly conversing amongst themselves could be almost comforting. If I wasn't so darn tired. Haley walks up to the register. So, I have to head out early. Are you cool to close by yourself? Yeah, no problem. I feel like I've done it 1 billion times at this point. Haley shoots a slightly worried look, but covers it with a smile. Make sure to call me if anything weird is happening, okay? I'll be fine. Stop worrying, Hals. Haley sighs. I'm never not going to be worried about you, Espoir. I'm not as helpless as you think I am, Hal. It's not like I have a supervillain stalker that I also need to worry about. I know it. I'm always going to worry no matter what, though. Yeah, now go clock out. I'll take Miles with me. Huh? Miles already left. Haley groans. Let me guess. Did he say it was time for his grandma's physical therapy? I can't help but cringe, which makes Haley rub her temple. Miles doesn't have a grandmother. I honestly should have seen that coming. Haley sighs. It's not your fault, Espoir. Sorry. No, don't worry about it. Miles will be hearing from me tomorrow. I grimace. I feel a little bad for Miles, considering how much Haley is glowering up a storm currently. Haley takes their leave. After an hour, I start to close up the store. Noticing that we're a bit low on cups, I grab some from the back to restock. While I'm restocking the coffee bar shelves, I hear the door chime. Sorry, we're closed. I turn towards the sound of the door. Oh, no! Aw, don't be like that, honey. My blood runs cold. I whip around and he comes into view. Oh, no! I start to sweat. My heart pounds. I thought this place treated their customers like family. I would say we're closer than family, though. Wouldn't you agree, Raven Guard? My secret name! He leans on the counter. I take a step back instinctively. Maybe you could make me a cappuccino, for old time's sake. My hands shook and I couldn't seem to get a grip. How did you find me? Oh dear Raven Guard, you think you could hide from me? He laughs, brushing a hand through his hair. I didn't think you were so stupid. I came to get you. No, don't get me. I instinctively backed up. To bring you back. My eyes shot around, scanning for anything I could use as a weapon. Double stares down at me, his eyes emptier than ever. He watches me like a possessed man, no emotion to be found, like a shell. You look scared, Raven Guard. I'm unable to answer. Don't worry, for now, I'm just here to see you. Double walks behind the counter and makes himself a cup of coffee. Rude. Every now and then, he shoots a glance at my direction. I'm unable to make eye contact with him. I can't run, my legs feeling stuck in place. Well, I'm pretty sure he's not gonna leave you alone, and I'm pretty sure we know why he's doing this, but let's ask him, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this, Double? He approaches quickly, making me back up into the counter. What have I done to deserve this? My once courageous voice ends with a squeak. Tch. You. Everything is always about you, isn't it, Espoir? It's no wonder our relationship went to crap. Has it ever occurred to you that why I'm doing this is simply because I want to? No? Of course not. You're a selfish little poo. But I like you, Raven Guard. So I'm giving you a second chance. He stares down at my terrified form. His eyes rake over my body, lingering on my neck. I'll take my leave. He grabs his cup of coffee and saunters towards the door. Hey, you have to pay for that. That's $2.99. Double pauses, looking back. But remember, next time, I'm taking you with me. My stomach drops. As soon as Double leaves, I run and lock the door. Why wasn't the door already locked, Espoir? My legs collapse, and I hit the floor. How did he find me? I covered all of my tracks. There's no way. This can't be happening to me. Thoughts pummel violently through my mind, one after the other. Where did I go wrong? It takes me a fair while to recover. I spent countless minutes on the cold, hard floor before feeling returned to my legs. I finished the rest of the closing activities between bouts of pure panic and sluggish exhaustion. The sun is already set, shifting the angry red glow to a cast of dark blue and city lights. I dragged my feet back home, slowly making my way through the city. My head hurts and I feel exhausted. After crossing the threshold of my small apartment, I flop onto the floor, my energy completely depleted. I'm too tired, physically and emotionally, to even be worried if my apartment is still safe. After an hour on the floor, I find the energy to drag myself to bed. I'll escape again the day after tomorrow. Despite it being my day off, I head towards the familiar view of the cafe. My heart wrenched at the thought of leaving this job. Sure, it wasn't the best job, but it was a life of normalcy for me. I truly didn't know how much I missed that. I walked into Cafe Waning Crescent for what is likely to be the last time. In my hand holds my resignation letter. My steps feel heavy. Haley, upon seeing me, can sense that something isn't quite right. Espoir? Isn't it your day off? Haley glances at the envelope in my hand, a deep frown appearing on their face. Is this about Miles? If he did something, it's not about Miles. Haley's face sinks when they think about what else could prompt me to quit. It isn't about you either, Hals. I bite my lip, my stomach swirling. This was a lot harder than I thought it would be. I just need to quit. Haley's facial expression looks a little hurt. I glance down at the envelope, holding it up. I'm sorry to do this. If you want time off... No. I just need to get away. But I can't say that. I won't dare pull Haley into this mess. My mess. Need to get some fresh air. Haley has trouble making eye contact. Their face is more stoic than ever, but I knew them well enough to see the flashes of hurt that swims across their expression. There's nothing I can say, huh? No. Silence drifts between us, and I hand them the envelope. I desperately want to say sorry, but it dies on my tongue before it can surface to my lips. It's okay. Hal whispers. They force a smile. I'm sure it's for a good reason, Espoir. I force a smile, unsure of what to say. Sorry, I'm just being selfish. Do what's best for you, Espoir. Maybe someday whenever your running from is over, you can come back. How do you know I'm running from something? I've looked in a mirror before, Espoir. It didn't feel appropriate to ask any further, so I just hand them the envelope. I'm guessing you aren't finishing out the week. I shake my head. Sorry. Thought so. Don't worry. We'll be fine. Your last paycheck will be in next week. Haley pulls me into a hug. They pull back, looking at me warmly. Haley forces a smile, despite the sadness that swims under the surface. Well, stay safe. I wish you all the best, Espoir. If you need anything, and I mean anything, you have my number. I nod, unable to speak, as a lump swells in my throat. You'll be great, wherever you end up. I know it. Everything will be okay, I promise. Thanks, Hals. Haley ruffles my hair, turning away. I'm gonna go file this and take a smoke. They look over their shoulder. Bye, Espoir. Bye, Hal. I walk out of the store, looking back at it one last time. I decide to take the long way home, to be alone with my thoughts. As I walk, I notice a magazine left on a bench. The wind picks up and it flies onto the ground. I pick it up to recycle it, the wind only becoming more intense. As I'm walking back home, my eye glances at the magazine. Familiarity catches my eye. Binary Star? Oh! Oh my! Monsieur? It's far too hot in here for that. Binary Star adorns the cover, splayed across like a Greek god. I guess that Luke guy was onto something. Ray really does look similar to Binary Star. I will continue to give you the benefit of the doubt, Raven Guard, but eventually you're gonna have to start picking something up. They could be cousins, if Ray had those red eyes. They could even be brothers. Binary Star's bright red eyes were unsettling to me, no matter how hard his smile shined. I couldn't deny that the cover was attractive, though. I glance at the headline. Inside the dazzling world of Binary Star. Curiosity gets the better of me, and I flip to the interview. From Binary Star's time fighting for world peace to his new city, our favorite hero tells us everything. Everyone's favorite hero has moved home base and is more popular than ever. From posing for the newest names in vogue to defending cities from alien attacks, Binary Star's brilliance never seems to fade. Today, we had the chance to sit down and talk one-on-one with our favorite hero from the stars. Despite being everyone's favorite hero, you seem to have been taking on a new look recently. This new, dangerous, and dare I say, sexy look is driving fans wild. Can you tell us what inspired this change? Binary Star gives a polite laugh. Well, I wanted to show a new side of myself to the fans. I want people to understand that us heroes aren't just robots. We're human too. I enjoy my time off. I drink black coffee almost every morning. I've been even thinking of adopting a cat. I find happiness in a lot of things that others may call boring. I just call them normal. I'd say your newest cover on Hero Flare is anything but normal. First your dangerous stunt with Blaze, now this cover. Fans are saying that you're taking on a more sexy and edgy look to appeal to a more mature crowd. The current theory stands that it has been a while since you've been seen with a partner. Perhaps spring is upon our favorite hero. I'm lucky to have such dedicated fans that care for my well-being. I hope that my fans can see that I'm someone with depth, someone with emotion and edge. By fans, do you mean a certain barista? Binary Star gives a coy smirk, although I can't say that my change wasn't inspired by a special someone. Suddenly, the ground begins to shake. What? Is an earthquake happening? My footing becomes uneven as the ground is jolted in every which way. I hear a scream in the distance. Suddenly, smoke rushes, encapsulating everything. Ooh! I attempt to run, but could only get so far before giant, unearthly black shadows take form. It dawned on me what was happening. Some ungodly monster was attacking the city. The aliens, horrible creatures that destroy everything they touch. Suddenly, I think of Miles and Haley, and my heart jumps into my throat. I have to help them. I sprint back towards the cafe in a pure panic, knowing that it will take me closer to where the monsters roam. When I get there, the cafe is already half collapsed. No! My heart is beating out of my chest. I swivel my head desperately, but all I see is smoke. Screams surround me no matter where I turn, the smoke becoming thicker. Haley? I scream. Miles? I continue to scream and sprint in search for my coworkers. Suddenly, I feel a vibration in my pocket. The caller ID reads, Haley, and I scramble to pick it up. The minute I accept the call, Haley is talking at breakneck speeds. Espoir, listen to me. Don't come to the cafe or the West District. Are you okay? Where are you? Miles and I are safe. The minute I felt something was wrong, we hightailed it out just in time. Where are you? The ground shakes so violently that my phone drops into the ground. I crouch down to find it. Smoke fills my lungs, burning them. As I'm crouched down, the ground starts to shake with increasing violence. So much so that I'm unable to get up. Oh no! I look up. A dark shadow lurks near me. I can't help but to stare at the horrific creature. Alien, destructive death. My body shakes at the sight. I crawl behind a displaced facade. It lurks closer. I try to stop myself from shaking, but it's futile. As the giant form lurks near me, I cover my mouth to keep myself from screaming. It pauses. A scream further away caught its attention. The ungodly creature lumbered towards the sound, crushing and destroying as it went. I tried to get up, to run, to save myself, but my knees faltered, plummeting me back towards the ground. Excuse me. I hear a voice behind me and turn around. Oh. Do you need help? Oh my. I look up to see a hand reaching towards me. A hand connected to the body of the hero I saw in a magazine not 30 minutes prior. Binary star? He smiles. Yes? Before I can stop myself, I blurt out my first thought. You look different in person. He seems unsure of what to say, but flashes a dazzling smile. I'll take that as a compliment. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean it as an insult. I can hear screaming in the distance, and also very sexy romantic music playing. I look past the hero and see someone being picked up by the large creature. Maybe you should help them. His gaze doesn't falter from me. My sidekick will take care of it. Okay. Let me help you up. I take his hand, and the hero helps me to my feet. I lean on him a bit, as my legs were still wobbly. You don't seem like you'll be able to walk. Before I can protest, the hero lifts me, bridal style, with ease. Looks like I'll have to airlift you out. Wait, binary, Mr. Star, there are other people that probably need your help more. My legs are probably fine now. I can just run away. He glances down at me and doesn't answer. The uncharacteristic expression disappears as quickly as it graced his face. We lift into the air, traveling at fast speeds, his red cape flowing behind him. After a few minutes, Binary Star lowers me to the ground. There we go. How are you feeling? Confused? Overwhelmed? He hovers close, glancing around my form. Are you hurt at all? No, I'm fine, I think. A silence drifts between us. Oh, thanks for your help, Mr. Star. He smiles brightly. No problem at all. Another small silence drifts between us. I clear my throat awkwardly. I suppose I should leave then. I blink. His tone made it feel like a trick question. Yeah, I'm not sure how much heroing you'll do here. This far away seems pretty safe, aside from the smoke. Once the aliens are gone, the smoke will clear up. Just stay inside, and try not to breathe too much of it in. I look around and start in the surroundings for the first time since we landed. This area looks really familiar. What's your name? I'd love to take you out to... Oh, it's my neighborhood. Oh, my apartment is right there. That's so lucky I don't have to call a cab to get home. Binary Star looked a bit awestruck. I cringe, realizing that I just interrupted him. Oh, sorry, what were you saying? It's nothing. Okay, well, I should probably go inside then and not distract you from hero duties. Thanks again, Mr. Star. I give a small wave goodbye while walking towards my apartment. I enter into my apartment, tossing my stuff onto the counter. I send Haley a text letting them know I made it home safe. Switching on the TV, I flip to the news station. On the news shows flashes of light and color as the heroes battle the long-legged aliens. The street signs of the cafe flies across the screen, slamming into one of the creatures. It suddenly occurs to me that Ray could have been in the area. Yeah, Ray was in the area, all right. I scramble to grab my phone. The phone rings a bit and goes to voicemail. Hi, Ray, this is... The phone begins to vibrate in my hand. It's Ray calling me back. I quickly answer. Hi.
Hey, Espoir, you called?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you heard the news, but stay out of the West District today. There's a silence on the other line, and I thought I heard a scream. Ray?
Yeah, sorry. I must have spaced. I heard the news. I'll be sure to stay out of the West District.
A large crash resounds in the background of the call. Is everything okay?
Yeah. Why?
I just thought I heard something.
Is that so?
Yeah, it was like... I glance up at the news program. On the live screen in the background of the news report showed national hero Binary Star talking on his cell phone.
Hello, Espoir?
Binary Star's mouth movements lined up perfectly with Ray's voice through the screen. Are you getting it now, Espoir? My mind couldn't believe what it was seeing. Hi.
Are you doing okay? You seem kind of off.
The movements of Binary Star's mouth matched up perfectly with Ray's voice in my phone. Ah! Out of shock, I hurled my phone across the room. Well, that's definitely a reaction. It slams into the wall, the screen going black. I see Binary Star. No, Ray mouth my name on the TV program first, confused, then concerned. Ray mouths my name one more time into the phone. He then puts his phone into his pocket. Half a second later, a cloud of dust remained from where he once stood. Uh-oh. Some part of me knew it would only be a matter of minutes until he was at my door. I grabbed my jacket and keys, running outside as fast as I can. My heart was beating 1,000,000 miles a minute, and I knew I needed space for my thoughts to process what I just discovered. I sprinted from my apartment building. Once I knew I was in the clear, my gait slowed. Let's just... think. My heart pounded in my chest as I walked the lonely residential streets. National hero, Binary Star, is without a doubt Ray, a guy who only orders black coffee and always looks tired. They just seem nothing alike. But I can't deny that Binary's interview in the magazine had the same interests as Ray. I mumbled to myself. Binary Star is always smiling. To the people, he's a shining example of patriotism, courage, and kindness. Ray, on the other hand, looked like he willingly would jump off a bridge at the slightest inconvenience. I continued to walk, making my way deeper into the suburb. Binary Star is so optimistic and charismatic. Ray seems like every sentence he utters takes a week off of his life. If I didn't see it myself, I truly wouldn't have believed it. I stop in my tracks, a realization coming back to me. The Binary Star that saved me, his eyes weren't red. His eyes were deep black, just like Ray's eyes. I bury my face into my hands and groan. Have I really been just flirting with Binary Star this whole time? This situation is just so fluffing weird. What situation? As I looked up, I only get a glance at his face before being knocked out cold. Oh dear! I soon wake up to the sound of dripping water. I glance around dreamily. Oh no! soon I come to. This is not my apartment. I jolt awake, whipping my head around desperately. The scenery of a concrete warehouse graces my vision. "Boss Ravengard is awake!" one henchman calls. I tried to scream, but the cloth gag prevented me. Classic. As if being summoned by my thoughts, Double walks up, crouching in front of me. "Wakey, wakey, Ravengard." He grabs my face, jostling it back and forth lightly. "Oh, don't look so spiteful. You're going to make me feel hurt." I yank at my ties, but they're so tight that I don't think even I could split out of them. Double winks as if reading my mind. "Reinforced, just for you. And do you think I don't know you? Let's face it, Espoir, nobody knows you better than I do. Nobody." Double pulls out a knife, and my blood runs cold. "So, I'd like to ask you to stay put, okay?" "No, I will not. I will stare. Defiantly." I stare at Double in defiance. "Oh, look at you." He grabs my face between his index and thumb, jostling me lightly. "You're so fluffing cute. This is why I just had to have you back, all to myself, Espoir. When you glare like that, I just know I can't give you up to anyone else." He sighs in an almost dreamlike way. His smile is genuine, as if he's truly having fun. "Fluffin' psycho." Though I'm not sure if our crew will be able to forgive you. Hey guys and gals, listen." I look up, noticing the 20 or so henchmen that surround Double. I spot Ripley, but he refuses to make eye contact with me. Guilt clouds his features as he stares off into space very intentionally. I felt a form of rage that I couldn't quite explain. "Did you tell him where I was?" Despite the fact that Ripley has already been through what I was about to go through. "Oh no! You see, my men here want to rip your throat out. Do some lasting damage." "You betrayed us, Ravengard." He spits my old alias out of his mouth, as if it were the remains of a chewed-up sunflower seeds. "And that hurt. We were family. Closer than family. Right?" All of the henchmen shout agreements. It was obvious that their rage has been worked up by Double for months at this point, and now they wanted to get even. I tried to stop my body from shaking, but it was in vain. Double catches my feeble attempts and smiles, evil, intentional. "Now, night crew, what do we think would even the scales? An eye for an eye, right? What our little Ravengard did to us is a betrayal that will never heal. So, I would like to encourage something that is also lasting. So our dear Ravengard will never forget their betrayal of the crew." Double laughs, glancing at me. "Poetic, don't you think?" The henchmen get eager. I see a fair amount of faces in the crowd that I haven't seen before. And some faces that I used to know are gone. I can't suppress the shiver that runs down my spine at the thought of what could have possibly happened to them. "So, men, what would even the scales?" "A finger!" No, Tate Frost already took that." A henchman shouts. The excitement in his tone makes my blood run cold. "2 fingers! Now listen here, fellas." The men laugh at the casual one-upping, as if the reality of my fingers weren't at stake right in front of them. I fight against my own brain that so desperately wants to dissociate. "Oh, Ravengard, you are so popular. Looks like they want any part of you." Double laughs, genuinely enjoying my fear and the chaos. The crowd goes wild and my stomach churns violently. So, we have our conclusion then? The men cheer. He holds out his hand, and the knife is replaced with a larger machete. Ripley, bring the ice. Double turns to me, smiling. So here's the deal, honey. He unwraps my ties, grabbing one of my wrists and slamming my hand down on the cinder block in front of me. I'm going to cut 2 fingers off. One of them I'll be keeping for myself, as a little token of penance for what you did. The other, I'll give it back to you, all nicely wrapped up in an ice bag. I'll even let you choose which finger you want to keep. I want you to have that decision, because I love you. Then, you'll be free to desperately search for an ER to reattach it for you. Just like I desperately searched and searched for you. He leans back, a shallow smile on his lips. He folds my fingers, except for my index. Don't squirm so much. If I mangle it or make the cut too low, they won't be able to reattach it. He touches the cold knife to my finger, making a small cut where he plans to aim for. My stomach twists. I attempt to look away, but his hand with the machete quickly moves to my face. He grasps my jaw, forcing my face back to its original position. No, don't you dare look away from me. From this. You have to witness the loss of something valuable, just like I did. If you close your eyes, I'll take another finger for good measure. Tears begin to streak down my face. Oh, Espoir. Oh, it's okay. Double coos, stroking away some tears before moving back to my wrist. Don't cry, honey. This will be over before you can even blink. The tears refuse to stop as I begin to sob out of fear. I'll take care of you nicely throughout the healing process, I promise. He leans forward, placing a few kisses on my tear-stained cheeks through his mask. He then leans back with a wide smile under his mask. I shake, knowing what was coming next. He raises the large knife in what feels to be slow motion. Uh-oh. I think you boys are about to have a real bad time. What the fluff do you think you're doing? I look in disbelief. Ray! I start to yell under my mouth gag. Double is going to kill him if he stays here. Espoir. Espoir, you know who Ray is now. You know how powerful Binary Star is. Do you really think these dudes stand a chance? I panic, but my screams are stopped by the gag that wraps my mouth. Double becomes annoyed and grabs my face violently, looking at me square in the eye. I become silent at Double's stare. Ray seems incredibly upset. Let go. Ray glares at Double, who just laughs. He gets up, facing Ray, who steps closer. I'm sorry. Who are you? Ray just stares, the same deep glare adorning his face. Look, for your own well-being, I'd advise you to just move along. You're interrupting a pivotal moment here. Let go of Espoir. Now, Double looks ticked off. Let me take Espoir and go. Then you and your cronies can be free to do whatever you do. Double laughs without humor. Huh. Fine. You want to stick around? Don't tell me I didn't warn you. Ray's stern voice cuts off Double. I don't think you heard me properly. I said, fluff off.
Oh no, he's got the red eyes. Oh no, is somebody gonna get a hole in their face?
Ray's eyes flash a familiar red. A red glow I had seen adorn posters and news programs for years. Double laughs. Oh, you have got to be fluffing kidding me. Double turns to me incredulously. This is your watchdog? Fluffing binary star? Double paces, clearly frustrated. Out of everyone, this is your hero boy toy? Gosh darn it. Ray just stands there, glowering at Double. Ray shoots a glance at my face, and his expression becomes more furious than ever. Fine, whatever. I guess I'll be the first to take down Binary Star then.
Eep!
Double throws the knife, but in a split second, it's cut down by an angry red laser. With a yell, the henchmen run towards Ray with their weapons in tow. Blood splatters across my body, as the henchman to the left of me is sliced cleanly in two. His blood splashes against the ground. What happened next is only what can be described as a one-sided bloodbath. The henchmen soon realized that there were no competition for the top hero Binary Star. Some attempted to flee, but that didn't stop Binary Star from slaughtering them like a child stomping a line of ants. As I sat, tied up, severed body parts dropped to the ground like piñata party favors. Organs spilled out of torsos mid-run. They splayed across the ground with splatters that made my mind go numb. Double took advantage of Binary Star being distracted with his henchmen. In a split second, Double used his ability and phased away. I couldn't move. I couldn't scream. My mind was no longer living in the same moment my body was. After what felt like hours, but likely only a few minutes, the last body cracked against the floor. As the concrete floor was decorated like an abstract painting, the Binary Star approached me.
Oh.
He hunched down with the knife he picked up from the ground. With the knife, he cuts the ties from my wrists. I noticed his eyes are back to black. Some part of me is thankful for it. But like a gun with the safety on, I feel as relieved as I can, knowing danger is only an impulse away. Espoir, are you okay? I can see him say something in a far-off place, but my brain doesn't register. Espoir? He brushes my cheek with his sleeve. I can feel the wet being smeared off. I exist in a different world at this point. I can't even feel my beating heart or my uneven breath. I simply know they are there without me, and that's all. I look at his face, smeared with death. He has a peculiar expression, something I can't quite place. Don't worry, we're going to get you home. As he says my name, I try to respond, but no words surface. Do you think you can get up? Like a puppet, I try to follow his words, but the minute I stand, the world spins and I plummet towards darkness.